The Lucas Cubs look to remain undefeated tonight behind the play of standout brothers Corbin and Logan Toms, but the toughest test to date enters here inside of the Cub Cave as the Tigers of Galion will challenge the defending Mid-Buckeye champions. It's all coming up live and free exclusively on the OH Report, and you can catch us all here next.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. And oh, 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 oh. Love the little things, love the little things.
Welcome inside the Cub Cave at Lucas for the Mechanics Bank pregame show along the Hall of Famer Joe Balogh. My name is Brian Skowronski. And Joe, we've got an intriguing matchup tonight. An up-and-coming Tiger squad. They struggled the last couple of seasons, but it seems like they're starting to get it together here. And then Lucas, an established program. Both of them got some really exciting backcourts. Should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Galion, had a big win against Upper Sandusky earlier in the season, and then followed that up with the win against Clear Fork. And then, started out in the league with a loss at Harding and to Shelby. And then Lucas, they've kind of built a tradition here. I mean, not just in basketball, but in all of their sports here, and a toughness. And so, I haven't been in this place for a while. I think I was here maybe last year to scout a game. But this is a tough place to play, so Galion's going to be in for a challenge to play in this place tonight because Lucas plays very well at home.
Yeah, they do. It's a unique environment. They got the stage up here where the student section sits. It's a little bit smaller court than your standard high school gym, so I definitely would favor Lucas. They've won a lot of games here. But for Galion, as we dive inside of their team spotlight, Joe, they won just 5 games all of last year after a winless season during that COVID campaign, so it at least feels like they're on the right track, and they're starting to brew something here. They've got some exciting players.
It looks like they've been able to score points. I mean, I think they put up 72 against Upper Sandusky. When you can score, that covers up some of the other maybe mistakes or maybe some of your weaknesses. So I think the start for the game is going to be kind of key for Galion tonight because I don't think against Shelby that they had gotten off to a very good start. And usually as a coach, you talk about those first 3 minutes being really important, and I think that's going to be really important for Galion tonight, those first 3 minutes of the game.
Let's take a look at our first player spotlight of the night, and it is Cooper Kent, a really consistent playmaker for them. He's made 12 three-pointers on the season, Joe, so he can stretch the defense, certainly can knock it down from long range.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging 19, and when you got a guy that you can kind of rely on, which it seems like early in the season that they can. I think that's a big key and for your team to be successful, because your other guys are going to have confidence that you got a player that can step up and get you a bucket when you need one.
And he's also joined in the backcourt by another dude that can stretch the defense, Elijah Chafin. He's amongst the area leaders in scoring right now. He was huge in that win against Clear Fork. 31 points, not even a career high for the kid.
Well, anytime you can score 31, you've got some games. So it'll be interesting tonight to see him, because I have not had a chance to see him, in person or on tape.
He's definitely smooth, and he got the green light from anywhere on the floor. Both of those youngsters do. All right, Lucas, you talked about the fact they're an established program. Taylor Eisman, he's done such a nice job with this program, getting them to a point where they're competing and winning the Mid-Buckeye Championship just about every single season. And they've navigated the early portion of the campaign with general ease. They have handled business, 3 games in the NBC and 3 blowout wins so far.
Well, I think the thing when you look at Lucas, you look at just kind of their toughness. They've had no fear in playing anyone, whether it be football or basketball. So those kids, they always seem to come in and play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and kind of to prove that even though Lucas is one of the smaller schools in this area, they have no fear. And that's kind of the way Taylor played when he played, and he's kind of brought that mentality. I mean, we did a lot of open gyms in the summer, and they were one of the teams that just loved to come to our place no matter who we had. And those kids would have either worked all day or done football stuff all day, but they were still in the gym in the summer. And I think that mentality that he's brought with this program has really shown, over the years, and he's had a great success here in the last 3 to 4 years.
And they've got 2 dynamic guards in the backcourt that just happen to be brothers. We'll begin first by talking about Corbin Toms, the senior leader, the point guard. He's kind of like the cheese on the pizza, Joe. He holds it all together, and he's got some awesome flavor.
Yeah. I've known Corbin for a while. We used to run a summer league for like 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And we had a handful of Lucas kids, and he was always the kid that came into that was one of those kids that was in our summer league. So seen him play a lot. And I think last year I made mention, I said, you need to shoot a little bit more. And Coach Eisman said, don't tell him to shoot it too much. But he really does a great job of directing traffic on the floor. And it seems like Lucas has always had that point guard that's been one that kind of just controls the pace of the game. And point guards are really key to the success of your team. As I said, I think last week when I first started coaching, I thought size was really important, but I soon learned that if you have really good guard play, that makes everybody around you much better. And I think that's what's been a key for Lucas over the past few years.
Well, he's got a dynamic backcourt mate in his younger brother, Logan Toms. I would compare him. He's kind of smooth like creamy peanut butter, Joe, but he can be extra crunchy when he needs to. So he gets it done on both ends of the floor. He's great with the basketball. He can shoot it. And then defensively, I would say he's probably the best stopper they got.
Yeah, he's athletic. And, again, that going back to the idea of toughness, those 2 kids have that toughness in them. I mean, they've just grown up and been very competitive since they've been young kids. And I think when you have 2 guys like that are that competitive, it carries over to the other guys on your team.
And, gee, I wonder where they get it. Have you seen their father on the sidelines? I mean, Charles, he's definitely one of those guys. He's never shy about letting his kids know exactly what he thinks, and he gets the most out of his JV guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of good to sit here behind the bench and kind of listen to that a little bit. Brought back some good memories for me.
And what a JV game we saw, a buzzer beater by Galion. They hit a 3 at the horn to knock off Lucas, who did have a 4-point lead with just seconds left. So I think it really jump-started what is going to be an awesome night of basketball here inside of the Cub Cave. So definitely looking forward to this one. 2 great teams, or at least Lucas, an established great team, and Galion one, I think that's on the cusp. Didn't look so great in those MOAC games that you talked about in terms of the losses against Harding and Shelby. But they do have some promise, I think, Joe, for the first time in about 3-4 seasons.
I mean, just looking at them, I mean, you got 2 guys that can score, and then they just watching them warm up, I mean, they've got size, and the one thing you can't teach is size. So it'll be interesting to see how that guard play and that size, works out for them tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. We've got a couple of introductions out here, some round of applause, and I see the student section all lined up. It's frat night here inside of the gym, so it's definitely it's going to be a fun one. But we'll step aside and pause for a second with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. So the gym definitely starting to fill up here inside of the Cub Cave. About half the town here to see Galion battle the Lucas Cubs. And Joe, I'm going to tell you from my perspective what is going to determine a winner here tonight. Let's begin with the keys to victory for the Lucas Cubs. And for me, you got to just keep the clamps on, okay? You've been giving up football-like numbers on defense. They've been outstanding, only allowing 28 points per game. That is flat-out absurd on the basketball floor, so you just got to keep clamping up defensively. And it's the season of giving. Just embrace it. Move the ball around. I saw a couple chinks in the Galion armor against Clear Fork where if you can be patient on offense, things will open up eventually. So for the Cubs, I think those are the two things they got to do to get a dub.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing is the tradition of Lucas has been their ability to share the ball and move the ball. I mean, in going back to when I coached against them, they're not real complicated with what they do offensively. They just do a lot of the little things really well. And I think that's probably how they're built with the two Tom's kids. They're both going to be very skilled offensively, but then I think, as you mentioned, defensively, I think Lucas hangs their hat a lot on their defense that they're going to stop people.
Yeah, that's really where they have shined so far this season. On the other side for Galion, how do the Tigers get it done? Well, you got to lure the Cubs out of the cave. And what I mean by that is they got a couple of dudes. They like to shoot it from about 26, 27, 28 feet sometimes. They'll be out by the Lucas logo, and they don't care. They're going to try to bring out the defense. I think they've got to do that again here tonight. You got to make a couple. You can't just keep putting up those shots if you're not getting rewarded for them. And then you got to tighten up on those Tom's brothers. They got some other complementary pieces that can score, but obviously the 1-2 punch of Logan and Corbin, those are the two you got to focus on. I try to shade some of my defense over there. Maybe some double teams. Try to trap them. Get the ball out of their hands if you can.
Yeah, I think you got to try, if you're Galion, you're going to try to make sure that the Tom's boys don't beat you. So the focus has got to be on controlling those two guys. And then for offensively, as I mentioned, I think the first 3 minutes are going to be key. If they can make some of those perimeter shots early and give them some confidence, then I think that can carry over for the next 3 quarters of the game.
Take a look now at our starting lineups for this evening, beginning with the Galion Tigers here on the road tonight. We already touched on Kent and Chafin, two unbelievable shooters. They've also got Glue, the leading rebounder on the team. Cohen Fuson will be in there, the junior guard, and then Jackson Hart, the lone senior out there, providing some veteran leadership on the floor for the Tigers here tonight. And as they dim the lights now, it's time for the Lucas Cubs starters to be announced. They've got Logan Toms with Corbin running the point, Zach Deal, Aiden Culler, 4 guys out around the perimeter, and then Andrew Smolin, a dynamic 3-sport stud. He's going to be taking up the middle space tonight for Lucas. And feel the excitement building right now, and I like what they're doing here this year. They got the spotlight out. This is new, Joe. They weren't doing this a season ago, so just trying to uptake a little bit of the gamesmanship, make it more exciting and fun for the kids. And I think that's what it's all about at this level. Make them feel like they're stars, and heck, who knows, they just might play like it.
Yeah, I think anytime you can make the atmosphere of high school basketball more exciting, it's special. And it's kind of neat what they're doing here tonight.
So that will wrap up our Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show, presented by MidOhioJobs.net, as we are just about ready for boys high school hoops action here in the Lucas Valley inside of the Cub Cave. Lucas looking to go to 4-0 on the season. Galion trying to bounce back after a lopsided loss at the hands of the Shelby Whippets. And jumping it off tonight is going to be Jackson Hart. He's going to be going toe-to-toe here with Aiden Culler. So great to see him back from injury. He got wiped out by a lower extremity injury halfway through the basketball season last year, and he is back to action. So here we go. We are underway with the shot quickly up 7 seconds in, and it's bottoms up. The quick trigger. It's good for Cooper Kent. Back at the other side. From the elbow, they give it back out. Trying to establish something down low, but it's going to be a turnover. That's a rarity for the Cubs. Only give up about 14 per game, and there's Kent again, back-to-back buckets. He's 2 for 2 to start things off.
Big start for Galion, as we said, those first 3 minutes, and Kent's found the range already. Those are 2 big baskets to get started.
Nice passing. Inside, they bring it back out. Still hands off for Corbin. He's going to get picked up here by Stephen Glue. Off the handoff, Logan. Back to Corbin Toms. Couple of bounces, sets it up for Logan. Jump stop, and lost the handle. Stripped. Almost a second turnover here for Lucas to start the contest. But they'll regain, reset. And the shot is up and money from Corbin Toms from downtown.
Lucas just ran a little bit of weave out top, trying to isolate those guards against Galion.
Tigers starting hot. Cooper Kent with both shots. Both of them makes up to this point. Here's Chafin. Setting it up. Cooper again. Never shy. Long rebound, though, comes off the rim. And here come the Cubs. Still pushing the pace. He's going to back it out. And they'll reset here with Corbin Toms from midcourt. He's got Ken on him. Now Culler off the back pick. Thought about it. And a great pass
nice
inside.
Pass inside.
Yeah. So Andrew Smolin with the soft kiss off the square. And we're back to even the last 5 points belonging to the Lucas Cubs. Kent forced to pick up his bounce, and he'll take a fadeaway jumper. That one's too short. Tom's now assessing the defense, looks over to the bench, and head coach Taylor Eisman now in his 8th season. And that one, just a bad pass by Logan Toms. Thought that he had a little bit more space there to thread it into Smolin.
Yep, they tried to run a little pick and roll on the side, and with a lot of pick and roll now, is you have the guy that set it your screen slipped it. Post guy slipped it, and he just didn't make a very good pass.
Second turnover of the night for the Lucas Cubs. There's Chafin, just a little window. Back iron, offensive rebound secured. And now Chafin, floater. This one finds its mark. Quick drive deal to the hoop. Rushed it a little bit. Tigers with a 2-on-2. Kent, too high off the glass. Offensive rebound. No putback, 2 times off of the cylinder. But Galion's going to maintain possession.
I mean, second shots in the ball game are always important, so good effort there by Galion of trying to get a second shot. You know, the ball goes out of bounds on Lucas, they get another possession here.
Kent's got Smolin on him, hands off now. Here's Chafin domineering down the lane, too high with the pass over the head of Braylon Hart.
Scallion's first turnover of the night.
Comes at the 4:20 mark here of the opening frame. Off the screen. Didn't hit the slip, so they'll bring it now to the wing. Now here's Logan Toms. He's working off of the pick.
Lucas just running a little bit of a continuity here with ball screens by their post guys. Strong drive there.
And it'll land the senior guard on the line. Corbin Toms just a blow by. Getting by Max Albert like a kite in the wind, and he'll head to the free throw line. A couple free throws on the way. First foul of the night on either side. And that one halfway home before it popped out there for Corbin. We get our first substitution. Jackson Hart into the mix as Glue takes a seat, averaging 4 points, 5.5 rebounds per contest. And an uncharacteristic air ball, 0 for 2 there from Corbin Toms, as you see on the Frito Lay replay.
Yeah, I would say that's really unusual for him to miss 2 free throws, and especially miss the second one as bad as he did.
Tough catch. Kent keeps it in bounds, double teamed. They'll reverse it. And now the mid-range J, that one's short and tipped into the hands here of Color. Cubs on the push. Corbin runs into some traffic, nearly threw it away. Nice catch there by Smolin. And he tosses it over to Galion. Chafin on the leak out. 3 ball up from the lefty. And it goes through for Jackson Hart. Tigers now with a 5-point edge. They've got the last 2 buckets. And now they've got another takeaway. He just hit, not this time. And a tie up on the floor, bodies flying all around, jump ball. And it's gonna stay down here at this end. Actually, it'll go back over to Lucas. So 2:40 left to go here, Joe, in the first quarter. What are you seeing?
Well, the starts, guys got to really like their start. They forced 4 turnovers, and they've got 3 offensive rebounds, and they've made some big shots. So, I mean, if you're a guy coming into this game, you got to like the start that you have. Guy now going to a little bit of a 2-3 zone. They were in a man-to-man. Lucas runs a little back screen lob there.
And it works out off the ball movement. Hunter Church getting his first points of the night. Logan Toms really had to elevate to make that snare. Now Chafin from the foul line picks up his bounce. Now here's Hart. From the corner, 3 ball.
Another offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound.
And a foul now against Lucas. So the Tigers really crashing the glass here efficiently, Joe.
I mean, they got 5 offensive rebounds right now, which is giving them second chance opportunities. Something Lucas is going to have to do a much better job of keeping them off the glass.
Hart with the quick trigger. Kaboom. Big shot, Hart. Largest lead of the night for either side. The difference is 6. As Logan Toms fouled on his way to the basket. Take another look at that last bucket. pure stroke. I mean, this Tigers team, Joe, they got about 3-4 guys. They'll launch from anywhere.
And the thing right now, other than the Kent's first one, which was contested, the last two were not really contested shots, and that makes it easier to make threes when they're not contested.
Here's Church. Gets his own rebound from his back. Don't see that often. And a tie-up will go back over to the Tigers. Another look there at Church. That was pretty sweet.
That's Lucas's first offensive rebound of the night also, so kind of unusual.
Like to see him go for those second chance points from his back, Joe. Here's another three on the way. Fuzan not even close with that one, though, as we're approaching the 1-minute mark here of the opening frame. Tigers with the lead. And Corbin Toms can't cut into it. Too hard off the square. And Galion holding him to a one and done yet again. Kent forced out off the hedge. And now diving to make the steal, Corbin Toms. He gets the tie up and he'll get the possession back for Lucas. Check out this effort, folks. Just flying on the floor to snag that thing.
One of the things you talk about a coach is be the first guy to the floor, and in that case, Lucas was had the first guy to the floor and was able to cause a turnover. Probably be interesting to see if they look for the last shot of the quarter.
Looks like Galion's got that zone flowing over the top. Here's Logan, missed it. Tigers looking to push the pace, down to 14 seconds. Chafin from the corner, drives middle, lost the handle. Here comes Toms, down to 5, triple team. He got bumped, and he'll head back to the free throw line where he's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
That's one of the few times there that Lucas has really looked to push the ball here. I mean, I think initially as you look at this game, you can kind of see that Galion wants a favor of maybe playing a little bit quicker than Lucas plays. So that difference of trying to play tempo will be interesting.
Stephen Glue checking back in for a rebounding presence. As Tom sinks the first. Second offering is good as well. This will be good if it goes at the horn. It is short, and we've got 1 quarter in the books here inside the Cub Cave, where it's the Tigers on top of Lucas, 13-9.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Oh, 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 oh. Love the little things, love the little things.
We've got 8 minutes in the books. The second session on the way right here and now from the Cub Cave. That's Joe Balogh. I'm Brian Skowronski. And fun game so far, Joe. It looks like Galion coming out and definitely energized here. They're working the offensive glass really well.
Yeah, I mean, they came out, they made 3 threes in the first quarter, been really active on the offensive glass. Heard Coach Eisman here talk about coming out with a little bit more energy to start this second quarter. So that's key.
And that was Glue with his first basket of the night. Stephen Glue getting on the board, and we want to make you a part of the action tonight. So if you're watching out there on Facebook or YouTube, drop us a comment, because for the first time ever here inside of the Cub Cave, we have Fan Zone. That's right, folks. I know you've been waiting, and we finally got the internet restrictions fully lifted. It was a process this week, but we got it done, and so now we got the full flavor for our broadcast. Hit us up on the Fan Zone. Be a part from here at the Cub Cave. And I think, did we just have a 5-second call there, Joe?
Yep. Lucas turned it over and came back and forced a 5-second call to get Galion to turn it over. So they're in a little bit of a 1-4 low set on the inbounds play. Really didn't get anything out of it, so they're just going to set their offense. Galion back to the man-to-man that they started the game with.
Trap comes here on Corbin Toms. He's able to unload to Logan. Driving down the lane, acrobatic layup attempt. And he's fouled on the way to the rim. But clearly there's an emphasis, like I talked about, of one of my keys to the game, just to make sure that Corbin's not able to beat you off the bounce. They're throwing a lot of bodies his way so far, Joe.
Yeah, anytime in there, Corbin Toms, you tried to use a ball screen, they doubled it. But he really did a good job of stretching it and then moving the ball. And then Logan Toms did a great job of just attacking the basket, going strong to finish. Logan's first point of the night.
Yeah, pretty surprising coming here in the second quarter. And it looked to trim the gap down to 4. Can't do it. But the ball out of bounds.
Great effort.
Off the shoe, I think there, Braylon Hart. We'll take another look here on the replay.
I think it was Color that went to the offensive glass on that free throw. So now Lucas gets another possession here.
Tom squares up. He's got Chafin on him. Now Corbin looking to cook. Dishes off to the corner. And now they'll back it out. Always so patient offensively, and it seems like particularly here at home, they're just always able to find some poise.
Yeah, back to that ball screen continuity where the post guy steps up and sets a ball screen, and then as they move the ball, the post man will continue to step up and ball screen. But again, Lucas shows great patience in their half-court offense. They really don't panic.
So not a great entry pass there from Church.
We'll get a little bit of a break there, loose ball, and they called a foul with diving on the floor.
This one's going to be assessed to Elijah Chafin.
And now another key thing coming into play. Galion has 5 team fouls. Lucas has 1. And one of the things as a coach, a stat you look at is your ability to get to the free throw line and make free throws. So 2 more fouls. Lucas is in the bonus.
And that's Logan with the offensive rebound. Trying to clean up his own mess, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be number 6, Joe.
Yep, and with 6 minutes to go in the half, that could be a big, big factor in this game of Lucas being able to get to the free throw line, because the one thing that they do really well is they attack the basket with the dribble.
Trailing by 5 here with the basketball and really dominating the time of possession in the second quarter so far. A la the football team under one Scott Spittler, who I seen is here in the building tonight. And haven't got the call yet from the official. I think they're talking things out. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Joe, tell me what you think about this.
Well, determining an offensive foul is one of the most difficult calls to make. Logan Toms kind of put his head down. It looked like the guy had established position. I think probably the question was the defender's feet set? But, the 2 officials communicated and made the call.
So the foul does go on Logan Toms.
But that's Lucas' 6th turnover. And Coach Eisman can't be happy about that.
Still some discussion amongst the officials right now. So you got a nice wide look here inside of the Cub Cave tonight. Where Galion all-time 2-3 versus Lucas. Looking to get to 500 in the all-time series. Here comes Cooper Kent. Knocked down the first 2 shots of the night. Nothing for him since. And a nice tie up here from Toms. As the Tigers work it side to side off the screen. Switch off. And that's back iron. Church with the defensive board. Here's Logan. Mid-range J.
Good pull-up jumper.
Hops in off the front of the rim. Back the other way, tied up. Think we'll get a jump ball. We will.
Really good defense there. Controlled his drive and then just got his hand right on the basketball.
And that was Logan Doms, fresh off of the bucket. Forcing the jump, getting possession back here for the Cubs.
Galion back to that 2-3 zone out that they showed the last couple minutes of the first quarter.
We'll see if they continue to be aggressive out of this. They were doing a lot of trapping, at least when Corbin Toms had the basketball in that opening frame. The kick out here, Smolin, 3-ball on the way, spun out. Offensive rebound in color, had to do the free throw line, and that's team foul number 7 on the Tigers.
So you see that at the start of the second quarter, Lucas being a lot more aggressive getting to the offensive glass. And now their ability to create contact and get to the free throw line could make a significant difference here in the second quarter.
Nothing but net on the first offering here from Aiden Color. Color, a 6'2" junior. And I'll knock down both. 1-point competition now. Galion in front. They've got the basketball back. As Tom's harassing Kent, who's really been quiet since the opening minute.
Yeah, they've done a good job of finding him in their half-court defense now.
Step back 3, little breeze I think came through there. But Lucas out of bounds, so it'll be back over to the Tigers.
Yeah, one of those defensive possessions where he forced a tough shot and just unfortunate they didn't grab the defensive rebound there.
Out of the corner, Kent. Tough shot. Came up a little bit short.
Oh, what a big rebound.
Color skied over the top of the defenders for that one.
I mean, he's being really active on the glass at both ends of the floor right now.
Down on the block, tough pass in traffic, and eventually taken away. Tom's tried to steal it right back. That was Fuzon coming up with the theft.
I think that's Lucas's 7th turnover, so again, Coach Eisman can't be happy with that here in the first half.
Kent pulling up from the foul line, buries it.
Yeah, he had 2 baskets early. That's his first basket here, probably in the last 8 or 9 minutes.
Nice ball movement. The hesitation sets up this. A missed shot, though.
Offensive rebound.
And
Another
Smolin
offensive rebound.
turned away inside. Big block. Jacob Powers turned this thing away. See here on the Frito Lay replay. Boom. Big piece of the ball. And then Corbin fouled there on the loose ball, so he's got a 1-and-1.
I mean, again, I think one of the big keys here in the second quarter, you've just seen Lucas be a lot more aggressive, getting to the offensive glass, and then they've done a much better job of limiting Galion to one shot at the defensive end.
Toms will have one more coming up. So I see the comments pouring in here on the fan zone. I want to say what's up to Jimmy, Renee. Nice and split, too, in the fan zone. Guys cheering on both the Tigers and the Cubs. And always love hearing where you are watching from, folks, so make sure that you drop us a comment and tell us how you're taking in tonight's contest.
Toms, after looking really bad on those first two free throws, is now 4 for 4. Little pick and roll, nice pass, good feet inside, but again, they limit him to one shot.
And that was Stephen Glue from about 3 feet away, could not capitalize. And Toms will from straight away, kaboom. So Corbin Toms, the big 3-ball, but the Tigers again scrambling, create another possession. And that's Nick McMullen, the big 6'6" senior inside. He pulled down the second offensive rebound here on this possession, so keeping him alive. Haven't really made Lucas pay, though, for the activity on the glass. Get a couple substitutions. That's Kent back into the mix. Get our first look as well at Michael Howard off the bench here for Lucas. They'll be matched up here with Cooper Kent. He's looking to clear him out. Chafin now with Toms on him. Kick out gets tipped. And out of bounds. So active hands by Lucas. Getting in the passing lanes that possession. As Galion falling back in half court man-to-man. Then they'll switch here. Here's a 3-ball on the way, came up well short from the right hand of Bircher. Deep 3. Big shot, gives Galion the lead back.
Got to find him about 2 steps above that 3-point line in transition.
He is fearless, Joe. That kid will shoot from anywhere.
And, you know, Lucas did a pretty good job. They had a hand in his face, and he still made it.
From the short corner. That one too much on it. Offensive rebound, Howard missed it. Missed the second opportunity as well. As bodies hit the deck. And I believe Galion is awarded a timeout. Didn't look like they ever had possession, though, Joe.
Yeah. You know, as a coach, with that's one of the most frustrating calls in basketball. It just seems that when there's a loose ball and the kid doesn't have possession and just calls a timeout, that, you know, officials have granted that timeout. Would like to see something that's maybe more of an emphasis that you really have to have possession of the basketball, because it's frustrating when you got kids diving on the floor and somebody seems to have partial possession and doesn't grab it, but gets the timeout. So, you know, Galion's able to save a possession for themselves. See what they do here at the end of the quarter. If they, you know, just under a minute, you know, what they're going to do. But excuse me, I guess it's Lucas's possession, my fault.
So they awarded Lucas the timeout then.
Yes,
that made more sense because Galion was nowhere near having possession of that ball.
I thought they'd awarded Galion also.
So Cubs got 59 ticks here. As Toms goes baseline, draws 2 defenders. Jump stop, ball up, it's through, but it's an offensive foul, a charge. Assessed here to Aiden Color.
I mean, I think he lowered his shoulder a little bit. Galion defender stepped in and, didn't move. I think that was a pretty good call. Again, Lucas now showing a little bit more full court pressure.
Cubs still have 2 fouls to give here. As we're approaching 40 seconds to go. Kent again, it's on the way this time. Coming up short. Rebounded by Deal. Tom's off the screen, gets the switch. Likes to dish it off. Now I'll put the 3 ball up. Color doing some work inside. Cubs back in front. Aiden doing some big boy work right now. Down to 2 seconds. 1. Good if it goes, and 1. What a sequence by Aiden Color. 4 points, a defensive board, pushing the break all by himself, Joe. That's just one-man menace right there.
Color's been huge in this second quarter. He's been really active on the offensive glass and then on the defensive glass, and then just has been really aggressive. I mean, at the quarter timeout, Coach Eisman, we're sitting right behind the bench, was talking about energy. And the one thing he's brought is a lot of energy to this team here in the second quarter.
Looking to cap off a 3-point play. He missed it. Here's Toms at the horn. Comes up just a little bit shy, and that'll take us to the end of 2. Fun competition. Back and forth we go with Lucas on top here at the break. 23-20. Make sure you stick around. We'll have the Spherion Mid-Ohio halftime show on the way. That'll include stats, analysis. We'll hear from you, the fans, on the Fan Zone, and much more on the way. So keep it locked in. It's live, it's free, and it's exclusively on the OH Report.
Beckham in the house. Watching a little soccer. Nice. Bro, are you eating my Lays?
Yep.
Wow.
It's the FIFA World Cup. And it's football.
All right, don't start. Those are chips.
Crisps.
Those are cleats on my chair.
Boots.
But that is soccer.
No, my friend, that is football.
Okay.
There's 700 million people watching this little football match right now. That's gotta hurt.
Ha! Definition. Soccer is a round ball. Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
These souvenirs.
Wow. Gonna talk about your Teen Choice Awards?
It's so sad.
That hurts. That hurts, actually.
But we'll ask the world. Is it called football or football?
Or soccer?
It's football.
Hey, Rob, that's a football tackle. We're playing soccer here.
Mia, you're on my field. It's football here.
She's right. It's soccer.
Have you won 2 World Cups?
Does it look like I won 2 World Cups?
All right, Brandy, the debate rages on. Is it football?
It's football.
Soccer. Football. It's soccer.
My Doritos, football.
Or is it soccer?
It all comes down to this.
Come on, Jules. It's soccer, baby. We're doing that again, huh? It's a classic.
It's Chicharito against Howard. He shoots. Cheetos! Oh, the Cheetos! And Howard's down!
No, Cheetos.
Football started the 12th century, that's like ancient. Then US football evolved from soccer rugby. I own my own soccer team, I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Did not.
You said soccer because you know you said soccer. You heard yourself say soccer.
You heard wrong. Absolutely not.
My house, my rules, you said soccer.
Prove it.
Learn it, love it.
Are you certified by Parks and Recreation to be on this field?
Don't hog with Tostitos. It says soccer mom, not football mom. You ever argue with soccer mom?
Bring it.
I'm just telling you, get ready. Brought it. Go ahead, tell them. You're a very difficult house guest, you know that?
I did say soccer.
I knew it!
He's turned many doubters into believers. Goal!
We're gonna need more chips, by the way.
Crisps.
Whatever.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips for the FIFA World Cup.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Back for the Spherion Mid-Ohio halftime show presented by MidOhioJobs.net. 23-20. Lucas leads it here at the break in a fun back-and-forth affair. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joe Balogh is with me. Man, but what a kind of a crazy game, Joe. We saw Galion came out really hot, and then they took command of the game, and then Lucas finishing the second quarter in style, outscoring the Tigers 14-7 in the frame to take command.
But I think one of the keys we talked about at the beginning of the game for Galion was a good start, and they had a really good start in the first quarter. And then I think the second quarter, as we mentioned, I think Coach Eisman talked about Lucas's energy level, and the guy that I thought really kind of turned it for Lucas was Aiden Color. He came in and was just kind of a force at both ends, especially on the glass. So it'll be interesting as we start the second half to see how these first 3 minutes of the second half go.
And that will wrap up our halftime show presented by Spherion Mid-Ohio. And it's coming out here with some quick points. The Galion Tigers getting on the board here, kind of a la that first half, where they knocked down a couple of buckets to take a 5-0 lead.
I mean, they get the same start they started the game with, is a quick deep three by Chafin. The other one, I think, was by Kent.
First triple so far for Chafin, as that one hops a couple times off the cylinder, and it'll roll out of bounds back over to the Tigers.
But even there, Lucas being really aggressive, getting to the offensive glass, almost got a second chance opportunity. And Lucas coming out with a little bit more full court pressure than maybe they showed here in the first half.
Here's Kent, matched up by Corbin Toms. Foul line J swirls out. Nearly kept alive there by the Tigers. But it'll be tracked down, and here come the Cubs. Right over the top of his teammate Toms. That was Deal. Interesting looking play.
Yeah, a little out of control in the lane, and then he just picked up ahead and tried to step over a guy to get that.
Wild floater on the other end for Chafin. So a couple of interesting possessions here, as we're over a minute gone by in the third. Here's Toms dribbling his way out of the corner. No look pass. Smolin sends it, and he'll connect. Andrew Smolin with the trifecta gives the Cubs a 3-point cushion. Now Chafin with the kick out. This'll tie. Can't hit. And last touched here by Galion. So Cohen Fuson, he's not ready to give up the fact that he wants to inbound that basketball, Joe. He's still
Well, there's some confusion here. The baseline official pointed as Galion, and the top official pointed it to be in Lucas's ball.
Well, here's the replay. I think if you're not going to call that a foul against Galion, that you almost have to award possession to Lucas.
Now they're going to give it to Galion on the baseline.
So a tough break. We see as we dive back into the fan zone, Andrew Eisman throwing you some love there, Joe. Said it's cool to hear a legend here on the commentary tonight. Nice spin move, huh?
That was a pretty move by Cooper Kent. Going to his right, spinning back to his left, and using his left hand to finish.
Kent was in double-figure scoring to start the third. As Logan Toms approaching there himself.
Logan Toms with a really nice jump stop and a finish. That's me as a coach. That's one of the things I like to see as a guy on balance, and he was on balance there.
There's Jackson Hart taking a tumble. We'll take another look here on the Frito Lay replay.
Yeah, Culler just put his hands on him and bumped him pretty good.
Sold it pretty well, too.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the World Cup. You been watching any of that, Joe?
Nah, not a big World Cup guy.
Been some good action so far as getting down to the championship match. Argentina punched their ticket today. Another no-look pass, and it's Culler with the finish at the rim. Toms almost came up with the theft instead. Deep three. Long rebound tipped out. Toms to Toms and Logan with the layup timeout. Tigers. Head coach Ryan Stover's seen enough.
I mean, two big defensive possessions there where Galion took kind of a quick shot. Lucas does a really good job of checking out. And then Lucas not known for pushing the ball in transition, but with the Toms, they make really good decisions, and they recognize they were at advantage. And they had some guys run the floor really hard and got a couple easy layups. So good start here in the third quarter for Lucas.
And it was an excellent first half by Corbin Toms, leading Lucas in scoring. He had 10 points and started a little bit slow from the foul line. He picked it up, hit his last four, and off to the races. He's had his team here in the third.
You know, now this is kind of a crucial point in the game because if you're Lucas, you're trying to get this game into double digits. And if you're Galion, you're going to try to cut it down. Big play there.
Count it. Plus, Cooper Kent heading to the free throw line. Cubs fans were calling for a travel, maybe an offensive foul. Instead, quite the opposite. 2 points here for the Tigers and chance for one more.
I mean, that was not an easy catch in transition. So he did a great job of catching it and then getting on balance to make a three-point play.
Say what's up to Mark, watching all the way from Toronto, Canada. Maxine taking in the action from Pennsylvania tonight, and wow, look at the ball movement. That's almost like a practice drill, Joe. Ball never even hit the ground.
Yeah, Galion tried to show a little bit of three-court trap, and Lucas did a great job of breaking the pressure and getting an easy layup.
But back the other way, Tigers with an answer. So all of a sudden, the offense cooking here inside the Cub Cave. As Toms straight to the rack. Oh, and then the theft here, the setup, and Corbin missed it in tight. Offensive rebound and cleaning up the mess. Zach Deal. Largest lead of the contest for Lucas, but it's trimmed down here by Galion, matching with a much-needed two.
He made that.
Corbin starting to feel it a little bit as he attacks. Corbin Toms.
2 strong guys to the basket, just using his physical strength to get there.
Offensive foul. Lucas starting to bring some of that energy that Taylor was asking for, Joe, no question.
Kent with the strong drive, but a little bit off balance, and Lucas steps in and takes a charge.
Well done that time for Andrew Smolin to step in and absorb the contact. As we're just past the midway point here in this third quarter. Lucas on top by 8. Chance to extend to double digits here on this possession. That one nearly tossed out of bounds. Coach Highsmith was about to lose it.
Yeah, kind of a lucky break there. Didn't make a very good pass, and fortunately went off Galion and out of bounds.
Here's Smolin off the baseline drive, forced to pick up his bounce. And he's just going to take a timeout, keep possession. And Taylor wants to know, why would you drive down there and pick up your dribble? Decent question, and Joe, you know this just as well as anybody. A coach is never going to be satisfied. Come on.
Well, usually if you drive baseline, you got to have an option to get out of it. So, he drove, and Galion did a great job of cutting it off. And then, part of it was I would look on tape though to see where his other guys were, to see if they were trying to get to open spots and give him an outlet. And didn't get an outlet, so probably the smart thing was to call the timeout and use the 30 seconds, which I guess is a full timeout.
Gives the Cubs a chance to catch their breath a little bit. This is about as much up and down action as you'll see from them here in this third stanza. Really been pitching the pace nicely, and you saw on all the instant replays there, it's been Corbin Toms. He's the catalyst, Joe. He's the straw. He's mixing up the chocolate milk around here.
He's done a good job here in the third quarter of taking the ball to the basket aggressively, and he's able to, when he gets to the lane with his strength, get it to the glass. But again, you're kind of in a crucial situation here in this ball game. Lucas working to get that to a double-digit lead, and Galion working to try to keep it under 10 here in the last 3 minutes of this third quarter.
They'll lob it up top for color. Now off the down screen, here's Logan Toms. Corbin lost his footing. And he'll come collect and just slow things down. They'll reset. Color, baseline, turns middle. Lost the handle. Now Smolin, quick trigger. Splash. There's a quick look at our broadcast schedule coming up. We do have another game going down live and free right now out of Danville. They're taking on the Freddies. Mohawk versus Upper Sandusky. That's going to be on Friday as well. Monroeville versus Crestview, the undefeated Crestview Cougars. And Worthington Christian heading into Trojan country to tango with Centerburg. We'll also have a highlight of fellow undefeateds Cary versus Colonel Crawford going toe-to-toe. And then Saturday night, Bucyrus at Upper Sandusky. Those all of our boys' games coming up live and free this week. That one thrown away. Color never made a break for it. And how about that Euro step? But, oy, the finish for Hart didn't exactly go as planned.
That was Lucas's first turnover here in the second half, though, so they kind of made that correction as they had 8 turnovers in the first half.
So that goes down as a jump ball.
Nice play.
And Galion will convert. Buzon with the bucket. And that's his first deuce of the night. So back to single digits. As Smolin, the hot hand, not this time. And here comes Jackson, looking to push the pace. Zip pass to the corner. Chafin off the bounce, spins, deals inside. And we're gonna get a foul here on Corbin Toms. It'll be the third team foul against Lucas here in the second half. Quick look at our ladies broadcast schedule for this week as well. Tomorrow night, East Knox versus Centerburg and some game action. We'll also have Danville and Fredericktown, as that shot is off target there from Hart on the up and under. And then Saturday, Mount Gilead travels to Fredericktown to take on the Lady Freddies. Bucyrus is at Upper Sandusky. And we'll have a highlight for the city game, Madison versus Mansfield Senior. So Lucas with that last bucket, pushing back out to double figures. And then are we going to get a foul in the lane? We will. A loose ball foul is going to go against the Galion Tigers with Braylon Hart battling for position. Little push there in the back of Smolin.
I mean, Lucas really tried, started dominating on the glass really ever since the first quarter. Has limited the Galion to one shot. Wow.
Woo, that was some of that smooth peanut butter I was talking about, Joe. A little around the back, take it to the rack, but Cooper Kent coming right back. I don't know, sometimes things just rhyme. Color wasted no time as we continue the rhyme. Ooh, a little heat check there, Joe.
I mean, the difference offensively here for Lucas in this third quarter has been both Toms have really been aggressive taking the ball to the basket. And they've done a really good job of either getting to the basket and finishing, or you just saw in the last play of dishing it to guys that are running the floor to get layups.
Lucas looking to get to 50. Not going to get it on this possession. Deep rebound here to Stephen Glue. Step back three on the way. Can't connect. And the loose ball comes away to Logan Toms. And he'll find his brother. Yeah, beautiful.
And then good. Oh, man. Great rebound.
And Chafin, little cherry pick as he coasts in for an easy deuce. And the Tigers just looking to hang around here as we're closing in on fourth quarter action. 11-point cushion here for the Cubs.
Yeah, I would think Lucas is going to look for the last shot of this quarter.
Corbin Tom, such an excellent ball handler, just comfortable with any amount of defenders on him, including three here, and he turns the corner after finding some space. My goodness. Lucas dominating the second and third quarters as they will head into money time with a baker's dozen in the margin.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
attacking the glass.
So it is money time here inside of the Cub Cave, and normally, Joe, you'd be pretty happy with that third quarter the Galion just put up offensively. It's just that the Cubs, well, quite a bit better.
Yeah, if you're Galion, you scored 18, you'd be happy with that. But you gave up 28. I think that might be about Galion's third charge they've taken tonight. So, defensively, you got to be happy with that. But they're going to have to string together some stops here early in this fourth quarter. Try to get it back under to single digits.
It all starts at the defensive end for the Tigers, so they got the first check mark. And officials timeout.
If it's a clock issue or something.
Whatever it was, it appears.
They got it straightened out.
Yep, referee's got it under control. Here's Chafin looking to cook with the salt. Dishes off, they'll get a wide open look. Gotta have those halfway home for Jackson Hart. And a loose ball foul gonna be assessed to Stephen Glue. Tough break that time, as that ball almost found its way through the bottom. And for Galion, got to start with that full court pressure. It's just tough against Lucas with all these ball handlers, and especially the Toms brothers. As Hunter Church attacks, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Lucas got a little bit of a break there. Galion got a deflection, and it went right into the hands of Lucas, able to get to the free throw line again.
Quick score update on our other live and free game going down tonight. It's Fredericktown on top right now at Danville, 36-33. So we are the official KMAC live stream provider this season. We'll have all your KMAC action all season long, and you already know we got you on lock here from the Cub Cave, both boys and girls. Here's Chafin dishing off to the outside. They'll bring Ken off the screen. Elects to go opposite of the other, as that one clanks off the iron from Albert, and a one and done for the Tigers. Cubs work it around. Now Church. Tom sizing up the defender Albert, blows by him. Oh, what a second half for Logan Toms.
Both the Toms have been really, really good just attacking the basket and using their strength to finish.
Puts Logan in double figures now. Corbin's got 18 to lead all scorers. And a foul on the reach-in. Both sides with 5 team fouls right now.
Good out-of-bounds play.
So it'll be the senior Braylon Hart delivering. Trims it back down to a 14-point lead here for the Cubs. But they've just been so efficient offensively that the Tigers going to be in trouble if this keeps up. Church with the mid-range J. Toms can't believe it, as he's going to send Elijah Chafin to the line. Chafin's been held in check. One of the leading scorers in the area, 20 per night. He's only got 7 so far.
And I think one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the game was Chafin and Kent were both going to have to score for Galion. And although Kent scored, early, they made things really difficult for Chafin tonight.
Zach Dill checking in. Logan Toms takes a seat.
I think that was Logan's 3rd foul. Probably trying to give him a little bit of break and make sure he doesn't pick up his 4th right away here.
So the lead back down to 14. Tigers going to need to get a whole bunch of stops here. Throw the double team up top. Church now off the bounce, straight to the cup. And Kent soars up. He secures the board. Would have been big if that one would have dropped.
Great box out by Smolin.
Say what's up to all 200 plus of you out there watching on Facebook and YouTube. Love having you with us live and free inside the Cub Cave. It's so great to have Fan Zone for the first time. And that's a fan favorite right there, Aiden Color.
Aiden Color's played really well tonight. I think he's kind of been a difference, especially in that second quarter.
There's Jackson Hart, Mike and Drill bucket. Nice feed, delivered on the money from Chafin. And a timeout on the floor taken by Galion. Head coach Ryan Stover now in his 2nd season. Looking to build a program, Joe, and never easy when you inherit a team that went 0-23. You're starting from the bottom there.
That's difficult. You know, and the thing for Galion is, you know, they've struggled, you know, not just in the last 2 years, but have struggled for a while. So trying to build that back up is, you got to start with your youth program and try to get that developed and get going, and then, you know, you got to get a couple big wins during a season just to get some kids excited about playing. And you know, they got up to a really good start tonight, but Lucas imposing their will a little bit, their strength and size. They've done, as I said, probably the 3rd or 4th time. They just have done a great job here from the first quarter on of limiting Galion to 1 shot.
And the Cubs don't have a ton of height. 6'2" is the tallest guy out on the floor, but they're strong inside, Joe. They definitely they pack a punch.
They just get another offensive rebound and a putback.
It's Church again. Been doing a lot of good work in the paint in the second half. 7 points now for Hunter. Tigers match it, though, at the other end with Fuzon. Excuse me, that was Jackson Hart with the bucket. For the Cubs, bet it right back with Color. My goodness, it's a track meet right now. Joe can't even keep up with all the numbers.
Making me work here with these stats.
2-on-1. Draws the defender, gets it inside, and it's back-to-back bunnies now for Aiden. (64-48), Lucas in front. And they'll hold the Tigers to a one and done this time. Toms.
Wow.
What a leave off.
He's shown his veteran leadership here in the second half. Attacking the basket, finishing plays, and then dishing to teammates for easy baskets.
I think what's going on here is that Hunter Church is going to have 2 free throws. And also a technical foul on Cohen Fuzon as he was heading over to the bench. So I'm pretty confident we're going to see 4 Lucas free throws, and then Cubs going to get the ball back. So this is how you salt away a game right here, Mr. Balogh. If you can knock these down, and the clock's certainly your friend here inside the Cub Cave if you're a Lucas fan.
And there's been a big discrepancy here at the free throw line tonight. Lucas has gotten to the line a lot. Galion very seldom.
I love that look by Hunter Church over to the bench. Like, Taylor could have done something for him to help out with those shots. And same thing there from Tom's. Like, Taylor, help me. Is there any trick that you taught during your journey as a coach for all those years at the free throw line, Joe? Is there something that you tell kids to consistently do?
I just think you got to just keep your, we tell kids you got to have a routine, but you got to keep your routine simple. And, a lot of that is just your off-season work and then the confidence that you have as a free throw shooter. So, a kid like, Logan Tom or Corbin Toms and even probably Logan Toms, they're guys that probably want to go to the free throw line as much as they can. And I think when we take a look at our final stats tonight, the free throw line is going to be a big, big difference.
How about that? Everything going in favor of Lucas now. That's Jaden Walter, who just checked in for the first time. As Coach Eisman starting to empty out his bench a little bit. Michael Howard out on the playing surface as well. Joined by the Toms, Bros, and Color. Nice hesitation. Would have been a difficult shot to make, though. A lot of trees in there. And Chafin, easy bucket. Pushes his total up to 13 on the night. Great backdoor cut. And Aiden got a couple free throws in his future. Just 2:02 remaining here at Lucas. Cubs looking to remain undefeated tonight. It appears they will be headed to 4-0. So another excellent start for them, Coach Balogh, and just looks like confidence seems to be riding high. They kind of eased into the game, but once they got their foot on the pedal, they really haven't let off since midway through that second quarter.
Yeah, they've kind of imposed their will here, especially here in the second half.
I think we're going to get a foul on the drive, but it'll be the 7th team foul against Lucas. 1-1 coming up here for Cooper Kent.
Yeah, one of the few opportunities Galion's gotten at the free throw line tonight.
This is a team that's got 4 guys that shoot it above 78% on the season, so it's a quality foul shooting team. They just have not been able to get the whistles and haven't created their own luck either on the attacks.
Well, I think you look at the different styles, though. Galion, they rely on that three, which you're not going to get a lot of free throws doing that, whereas Lucas, they're not afraid to really attack the paint and put the ball inside. And plus they've done a really good job of getting to the offensive glass and getting second chance scoring opportunities.
Kent's got 21 for the contest. It's tops on the night. Smollen's in double figures. So are both the Toms brothers in Color. It's been a nice night for the starting 5 of Lucas. Balanced scoring, 70 points, well above their season average. Good looking pass. Can't finish at the rack. And a technical foul for throwing some elbows inside here on
It's not a technical. I think
there?
they called an intentional foul.
Okay.
Smolin was kind of trapped under there and swung his elbows, I guess maybe what they thought was a little bit too much. So they call an intentional foul.
So we're going to get some free throws here from Cooper Kent. Give me an opportunity to thank all of our generous sponsors out there. Big ups to Ohio Valley Manufacturing. Heavy gauge stamping and precision blanking services, and they are hiring right here and now. Looking for a good job? Hit up Ohio Valley Manufacturing. Mechanics Bank, that's better. Spherion Mid-Ohio, let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. So we've got a timeout on the floor and gives you, the fans, an opportunity to drop off some comments and say who you think is worthy of being the player of the game. Got a couple of great nominees tonight. Aiden Colors got 18 points, quite a few rebounds as well. 19 points tonight for Corbin Times. Unofficially, I bet he's had 4 or 5 assists tonight as well. So those would be probably the top 2 candidates. If you got to vote, who are you going for, Joe?
I'm going to vote for Aiden Color. I just think his energy in the second quarter was what kind of turned the game for Lucas. And that energy kind of extended out to his teammates. And he just continued to kind of be a force on the glass at both ends. And I just think his energy is, what kind of ignited them to kind of get going tonight.
So Coach Balogh feels like Aiden Color, the most valuable player tonight. Let us know in the comments section who you think should join us for a post-game interview. As Kent misses a quick 3, but Galion tracks it down. They'll get another one opposite corner this time, and that one is pure. Stephen Glue with the trifecta. And Galion not giving up just yet. Still 89 seconds to go, and they pulled themselves back within 11. Nice leave, Kohler. 20 points for him now. Now Deal to the rack, and that's basically going to seal it right there. The student section dressed up as frat boys tonight believe they have won, and in 45 seconds they will, as Kent can't add to his numbers. But Galion will keep the basketball.
If you're Coach Stover, the one thing you do like about your kids is, they fought, they just had it to 11. With the chance maybe to get to single digits. So, you hope that you can build on that. I mean, the thing with Lucas is Lucas knows how to win. So there was no panic in the first quarter by them. And then, they have just, physically kind of imposed themselves here on Galion in the second half.
Deep 3 from Chafin. Toms with the board. And the Tigers not content to just let him dribble it out just yet. They'll make Lucas earn this over these last 15 ticks. The Lucas Cubs 4-0 on the season. They remain undefeated with their second victory here at home inside of the Cub Cave. And you saw it all live and free right here on the OH Report. Stick around for the Spherion Mid-Ohio postgame show that will include an interview with our player of the game. We'll have stats, break down tonight's contest, and get you ready for what's coming up the future this week on the OH Report. So keep it here. Our postgame action will roll along right after this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year when you've got your lays that don't last many days because the whole family's here. Oh, wow. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. The trees at an angle, the lights are all tangled. Doritos, good call! It's the happiest season of all. There'll be smart food for munching, some ruffles for crunching, and snowball fights out in the snow.
Crying!
Run. Family portraits are cheesy with Cheetos, it's easy. White shirts were a bad idea though. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Grab the queso and salsa. Don't double dip, you monster! Pass the Tostitos here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be gifts for returning and recipes burning and snacks all laid out in a row. We'll smile through the season, hold tight to the reasons the holidays make our hearts glow. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Happy holidays! Happy holidays!
The Spherion Mid-Ohio postgame show starts right here and now as Lucas knocks off Galion 74-59. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joe Balogh is with me here tonight, and boy, what a second half performance by the Lucas Cubs. How could you not be impressed? 20 made field goals by them. They picked up the pace, and they did it at both ends when they needed to. Joe, they were fast, they were efficient, and they knocked down a bunch of big-time shots.
Yeah, I think rebounding was a big key because, they limited Galion just to one shot really from the second quarter on. And then their decision-making was really good. Both times did a great job of attacking the basket, either to finish plays or to dish it to guys for layups. And, and then Lucas really did a great job on the offensive glass. Their second and third chance opportunities to score were a big difference in this game.
And then the play inside in the interior, Aiden Kohler, who's going to be our MVP tonight. We'll speak with him in just a second. He probably had double digits of those rebounds tonight, Joe. And doubling up Galion, as you talked about on the glass, that was a huge difference for them where they were getting owned a little bit early on in the contest in the paint.
Yeah, I think the first quarter, if you take a look, Galion in that first half had 5 offensive rebounds. Probably most of those were in the first quarter. And the other thing, I think Lucas had turned it over maybe 5 times in the first quarter. Lucas, I believe, only had 3 turnovers in the second half. So, they cleaned up some things. And I think, if you see with Lucas, with their possessions, they were really efficient tonight. So they got to be really happy with how they played offensively.
Big applause coming in for Aiden Kohler, who's made his way out, and will talk to us here in a second. Give me some quick thoughts here, Joe, on the Tigers. They've lost their last 2, but just 2-3 on the season, and this is a team definitely showed a lot of fight, never gave up. I think they got some promise.
Yeah, I think they got some promise. I think the big thing for them right now is if they shoot the ball well, they're pretty good. But the problem for them tonight was, when they missed shots early in the game, they were able to get second chance opportunities by getting the offensive glass. Once they weren't able to get second chance opportunities, one and done, that starts to kind of build some frustration. So I think what Coach Stover is going to try to build on is that start. And then also looking at the finish that they had, that even though I think they were down like 16, they cut it to 11, had a chance to cut it to 9. You're going to try to look at, hey, we got to be a little bit more consistent. Our start was really good, but we can't have that lapse that they really had in the third quarter where Lucas just kind of took over.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We will be right back with our most valuable player of the game. We've got Aiden Kohler coming up on the other side. Back now with our Mechanics Bank MVP, Aiden Kohler, having a career night here in front of the home fans. So got to feel good. You're back. You're looking healthy again. 20 points, the best night of your career scoring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely felt good to get going again after a slow start to the season. And we've definitely got more we can improve on, but I thought we played a better second half than the first half tonight. So.
Definitely a slow start for you guys tonight out of the break. You really picked it up, and at the end of that second quarter, it felt like you were kind of the catalyst. You had that big run there at the end. What do you think that did to kind of fuel and motivate your guys heading out of the locker room for that second half?
I think it definitely gave us a big boost to energy, and it just helped us to carry into the third quarter. I thought we played pretty good coming out of halftime, but we need to learn to keep that going clear through the game and not wait till the second quarter to start it.
20 made field goals for your squad in that second half, and you were getting up and down the floor. Typically, you're pretty methodical. You guys will back it out, and you really take your time. Wasn't the case in the second half. Was that part of the game plan and strategy, or did you guys just, feel like you needed to go?
We never really have a game plan, and we knew we could beat them up the floor. They have a lot of good defenders, but none of them could really guard us.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
So obviously you're a fan favorite around here, frat night, all the boys, getting you all riled up. Tell me about just playing in this environment and what it's like having the student section back here up on the stage and just playing here at Lucas.
Oh, it's definitely great. I've grown up coming to these games my whole life, and you dream of moments like these playing in front of a crowd like this, and it was just awesome tonight.
4-0 start for this squad. The competition hasn't been great for you guys, but what have you liked most about the team and what you've been able to put together here at the beginning?
We've been building a good friendship with each other, and we just got to keep that going, and we've got to focus on getting better at the little things when we're playing teams that aren't quite as talented as us for when we play the bigger teams along down the road, and then it won't bite us in the butt, those small mistakes. So.
All right, Aiden Culler, our MVP. Big audience out there watching. Who you want to give a shout-out to tonight?
I'd like to shout out my grandma. I know she's watching from home.
All right, hi, Grandma, from Grandson right here. Hey, awesome performance, man. Thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on the nice start.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to hop up here, close things out here with Coach B, as we'll look ahead here for both Lucas and the Galion Tigers and the Cubs. 4-0 right now, looking to go 5-0, Joe, when they're back on the floor again. Let's see, who do they got next? What's coming up for Lucas?
They're at Loudonville on Friday, then out at South Central on Saturday. So, Loudonville's, I think, is a tough place to play. It's a smaller gym even than here. And then, South Central, they've been off to a good start. They're 3-2. So, they'll have their hands full a little bit this weekend, when you go on the road twice.
Yeah, so for Lucas so far, they played 3 in the NBC, and then Galion, who it's an emerging program, but they've been a little bit down here. So the competition's about to pick up, Joe. What kind of pointers might you have for the Cubs as they start getting into the meat of their season, where they're going to be playing some competition that's above 500 and maybe can match them with, some of the skill set and maybe some athleticism as well?
Well, I think Aiden kind of hit it right on the head. I mean, I think the emphasis that Coach Eisman's going to have is we can't afford to come out and play the first quarter like we did. And I think the big thing that he probably is going to emphasize once he looks at the film is just the energy and effort that you come out with. Because I think his emphasis at the end of the first quarter was kind of the emphasis, hey, you're not ready to play tonight. And sometimes, on a Tuesday night, that's a little bit different than playing on a Friday or Saturday night. But the good thing is, I think he'll be really happy with is just how they came out with that much more energy in the second quarter. And then I think as Aiden, again, stated very, very well, that carried into that second half, and that energy level just continued at a consistent level. So, as a coach, what you're looking at is you're trying to play that 32 minutes and not have a lot of ups and downs, just get it to a high level and maintain that level. And I think that'll probably be the emphasis, for Lucas as they continue on.
Yeah, big game for them tonight. 74 points moving forward for Galion. They're going to be at home against Ontario, and then they'll be at Highland. So a couple of tough games for them as their season comes along. And tomorrow night, we're going to be live. Seneca East at Upper Sandusky. Or actually, I think that was on Saturday. I don't think that's actually happening tomorrow. We got a couple of girls' games coming up tomorrow night, so don't be fooled by that graphic. And thank you guys all out there for watching. Final word, Joe?
No, a lot of fun tonight. I mean, good atmosphere here at Lucas. Two teams that played extremely hard, and it'll be interesting to see how Lucas continues. And then also, be interesting to see how Galion can bounce back. And, again, I think, Galion's emphasis will be that we got to play 32 minutes because they had a long lull there. And if you're going to become a good basketball team, you got to shorten those stretches where you don't play very well.
That is going to wrap up our coverage from here inside of the Lucas Cub Cave, where it's Lucas remaining perfect on the season, 74-59. They take care of the Galion Tigers. Got to thank everybody that helps make tonight's broadcast possible, including our amazing camera person, Mason Neese, Jory Hollenbeck for putting together all of our commercials, Adam Thompson, our producer, audio mixer, video guy extraordinaire, and all of our generous sponsors, Mechanics Bank, Frito Lay, Spherion Mid-Ohio, Ohio Valley Manufacturing, and of course, thanks to you, the fans out there, for watching. For Joe Balogh, I am Brian Skowronski, saying so long from Lucas.